Cincinnati, they lose at home to number 9 Iowa State, 81-79. A couple of college bowl games yesterday. Akron goes out to Boise, Idaho, and beat Utah State 23-21 in the famous Idaho Potato Bowl. And Toledo, they win down in Boca Raton, Florida last night, beat Temple 32-17. MAC doing well. They got a couple of more MAC teams playing today. Northern Illinois plays Boise State out in the Penn City Bowl in San Diego this afternoon. While tonight down in Mobile, Alabama, Georgia Southern plays Bowling Green in the Go Daddy Bowl. Of course, the Buckeyes play week from Friday. They're out in Glendale, Arizona to play Notre Dame. We'll have that for you. Pre-game that Friday morning begins at 9:30 with kickoff at 11 o'clock. It is 18 minutes now before 7.
Happy Water would like to thank the communities we serve for all their support in 2015 and wish everyone a Merry Christmas.
WMRN, Marion, AM 1490.
You're listening to The Larry King Show, live from Washington, D.C.
The date is April 4th, 1987.
Hi, this is Larry O'Brien, wishing you the very best this holiday season. Happy holidays from the entire staff and management of Marion Radio, WMRN.
1490.
This is Meredith Cooper with another capsule comment on pageants for 1960.
The anniversary of the ending of the European War, VE Day, remember it? Sure, we hauled ourselves sick at it 3 years ago.
This was and is the voice of WMRN, a radio station which in the past 2 decades has become an integral part of community life.
WMRN, Marion. Your store, your mall. Experience it all at Southland Mall.
Get an early start on that holiday shopping with Doorbuster specials the day after Thanksgiving at Southland Mall when doors open at 5 a.m. Register to win a $100 mall gift certificate. Bring the kids to be photographed with Santa daily at Center Court and enjoy a storybook Christmas with Angelina Ballerina this Saturday from noon until 3 in front of Walden Books. Be sure to have those holiday packages wrapped by Harding Music parents in front of Jubilee. Donations benefit Harding High School music programs. A storybook Christmas is sponsored by Pepsi and Walden Books. Remember, Southland Mall gift certificates make the perfect gift. Visit us today and find out why we say Ohio has so much to discover.
Your store, your mall. Experience it all at Southland Mall.
I'm not sure how many years ago that commercial was, but remember when the mall opened up at 5 o'clock in the morning as a day after Thanksgiving? It is 11 minutes before 7 o'clock, 55 degrees in Marion.
The Rams dressed in their road black uniforms with the orange numerals trimmed in orange and white. The Dunbar Wolverines dressed in home white uniforms with blue numerals trimmed in blue. Mark Anderson steps into the center circle at midcourt with John Diebler, ready to get this semifinal underway. The Rams move from left to right. Their bench is seated to the end to our left and across the court from us. The officials take one final check. The ball is in the air. It is controlled by Anderson, but right into the hands of Jake Diebler. He moves to the right wing, fires to a wide open Greg McKaylee under the basket on the left block, and he lays it up and in. The Rams look to press.
Just like you drew it up on the blackboard 5 seconds into the game.
Rams pressing
full court pressure.
And they just threw the basketball toward Daquan Cook in front of head coach Peter Polin. It was knocked out of bounds by Greg McKaylee. So Dunbar will re-enter the basketball right in front of their bench on the end of our right on the far side. It comes into Cook, who wants to handle. He throws it across the timeline, head of the key, Pogue. Pogue bounces right block to a cutting Sane, who lays it up and in. We are tied at 2. Jake Diebler brings it up the near side of the court. Long feet ahead, length for the floor. McKaylee catches left baseline. Backs away from 2 defenders. Kicks out to the head of the key. Miles Weaver's alone for 3, and he knocks it down. Miles Weaver gives up with the lead at 5-2. Cook wants to bring it up the near side of the floor. Across the timeline, cut off by England. Picks up his dribble. Flips it out front to Powell in the center circle. To the head of the key. Back to Cook. Left wing. Cook lobs in the paint. Here's Pogue from the left block. Turning, having the ball stripped away by Jake Diebler. And then Pogue knocks it over the end line. And the basketball belongs to the Rams.
Well, maybe rebounding won't be as big an issue as we thought if both teams continue to Shoot the ball very well. Upper 2 of 2. Dayton 1 of 1.
Madge Guthrie, broadcasting via telephone from New York, July of 1960 on WMRN.
Hello from New York. This is Madge Cooper with another capsule comment on Sergeant for 1960. Think of an overblouse that is gently fitted, that is a little longer than the hip bone. It usually has a round neck, short sleeves, a little less than halfway between shoulder and elbow. Now, pose this overblouse over a slim skirt, a box pleated skirt, a nice pleated skirt, or a skirt with a little flirt of flare at the hemline. This is the basic shape and the newest and most universal. It has endless variations. It is made by every designer, and I'm sure by every manufacturer in New York, and we've seen at least a few from California. Now, this basic long body line appears as a suit, as dresses, coats, yes, even coats, as evening wear, and certainly as sportswear. Add a little round collar and a pussycat bow, and it looks schoolgirl young. Wear it collarless and in a luxury brocade, and it looks utterly sophisticated. It's sometimes done in all fur, and it is a shape to be considered.
It's about 3 minutes before 7 o'clock as we continue to talk about 75 years ago today when we went on the air. WMRN broadcast ceremonies attending the presentation of an honorary degree of Doctor of Laws to Sir Percival Waterfield, Civil Service Commissioner of Great Britain by Ohio Wesleyan University. The presentation was made by University President Arthur S. Fleming. The $50,000 Little Brown Jug race at the Delaware County Fairgrounds, now a classic among harness racing circles, broadcast by WMRN for the 5th consecutive year. WMRN was the first station to carry the jug, which now attracts spectators from the nation over and provides a wealthy purse for the winner. Lever Brothers field supervisor Harry Planner reported the response to the WMRN Surf Jingle contest was greater than at any of the 8 other stations carrying the contest. The kickoff ceremony of the Marion County Community Fund Drive, as well as that of Crawford County, was aired on WMRN together with regular report broadcasts. Marion passed its chest quota on deadline day. General Manager Robert Mason recently addressed a local high school youth club, acted as judge for Marion motorcycle races, and attended the Scout Executive Meeting in Cincinnati. These station managers do get around. Kenneth Aubel of Oroville is at the WMRN control panel now. He studied radio at Worcester College and McKinn Technical School in Akron. Diane Wise has been added to the staff as secretary. She is a student at Marion Harding High School and works at WMRN as a part of her vocational commercial training. So just a few excerpts from the WMRN newsletter. This from 1948. And we'll be back with Charlie, and we've got some people checking in with us hopefully later on this morning as we look back on 80s or 75 years of hopefully broadcast excellence. News is next.
Marion's news, talk, and information station. 1490 WMRN Marion.
Minutes after 7 o'clock, our sports this morning. Buckeyes pull away in the second half last night, beat Mercer College 64-44. One Lyle had 18 points for the Buckeyes. Their third straight win. They improved to 7-5. They'll host South Carolina State on this Sunday and then open up Big Ten play next week. Cavaliers, they host New York tonight. College basketball yesterday. Top 25, number 1 Michigan State beat Oakland University out of Michigan in overtime, 99-93. And number 5 Virginia, they beat California also in overtime, 63-62. Number 6 Xavier, they beat Wake Forest 78-70. And number 21 Cincinnati, they lose at home to number 9 Iowa State last night, 81-79. Couple of bowl games yesterday. Akron beat Utah State 23-21 in the Idaho Potato Bowl out in Boise, Idaho. And Toledo beat Temple 32-17 down in Boca Raton, Florida. And Charlie Evers is in. Good morning, Charlie.
Good morning, Jeff.
Thank you for coming in. We celebrate 75 years.
Yeah, that's a long time, isn't it?
In fact, I told Terry Cole to call about 7:15, so I think that might be Terry there. Hi, is this Terry?
Yep.
Hey, good morning, Terry. How are you?
Good.
Hey, just wanted to have you kind of check in with us for a couple of minutes as we celebrate 75 years. Good hearing from you.
Well, I'm just glad that somebody can still hear me.
you and Charlie both.
That's right.
Terry, you came to WMRN when, and you were here for how long?
I showed up there, I think it was April of '88, and I was there, 18, 19 years somewhere, something like that.
Is there one or two things that kind of stand out?
Well, doing the news like I did, there were a couple of news things that stand out that I wished hadn't happened. You know, they stick out in your mind. But there's a lot of good stuff that happened. Like the opening of new schools and the advancements that the city made and that the county made. And of course, the people that I worked with, the newsmakers, that kind of thing. And of course, you guys there at the station. I know there's not as many of you there as there used to be, but still, mostly what stand out in my mind are the people.
Yeah. And, of course, you got a chance to go to Washington for Mary Ellen's when she was sworn in as treasurer, and I know that was one of the highlights.
Yep, it sure was. And she was a very graceful lady, but she made sure that she came up and talked to me and my wife and the people from the other radio station at the time. So, she just wanted to make sure that everybody knew what was going on.
And I know how much you loved covering the different fairs.
yeah, we won't go into that. Charlie's a fair guy.
Yeah.
But that and what was usually pretty strange though was mostly I did the news, but once in a while, especially on Saturdays, I'd have to fill in and do the show. So that was kind of different to do too.
Yeah. Well, Terry, I know you were a big part of the 75 years for almost 20 years, and just wanted to have you kind of weigh in, and appreciate you calling in. Good to know that everything's going well with you and your family.
Yep, everything's going great. Looks like we're going to have a good Christmas, and a little bit later this morning, I'll head off to work and transport people to their doctor's appointments and things like that.
Excellent. Well, Terry, good hearing from you. And when you see Brendan, be sure to thank him for the gift that he gave Scott and Paul and I, okay?
Okay, I sure will. And tell Scott and Paul I said hi, too, will you?
I definitely will. Thanks, Terry.
Okay, thanks, Jeff.
All right. Terry Cole checking in. Terry did not enjoy covering
apparently not
the various fairs, but that was when I first started here 35 years ago. I started in May, and of course that was just kind of starting the fair schedule. And I remember, because when I started here, I worked evenings. I was on 7 to midnight. So I never, I was always sleeping when you and John Steele and Steve Stewart were on. So I never heard you. But you would come in some nights. You'd be at the Marion County Fair till 10 or 10:30. You'd come in and you'd record stuff, some interviews that you had done. You wouldn't leave here till, sometimes 11:30 at night, and you were back here at, 3:30, 3:45 the next morning.
We covered, at that time, 6 county fairs. We covered we had 7 county listening area, but we only covered Hardin County. We didn't cover Hardin County. I remember covering them once, but not to this station.
Yeah. And I remember, we covered them for a couple of years.